When we were looking for locations for the show, we looked all over the Kimberleys. We spent hours and hours and hours on the road looking at all sorts of different places. And we landed on Derby because we found a little tiny corner of Derby that gave us our little town of Bidgeegud.
It's this isolated small town where strange people live and secrets can be kept and murder can happen without people knowing why and where. The location really suited the story. It felt isolated and strange and it looked incredible on screen.
The kind of isolation that you feel out here and being able to get that on camera, you only need to go 10 minutes out of town and you've got that kind of like you're on another planet sort of thing.
And it's the end of a road. To go anywhere, you've got to go back.
It's just a unique, special, big sky landscape that you don't get in other places.
The locations out here are fascinating because it's very otherworldly. It really suits the whole tone of the show. It's a town where 12 misfits who all have secret pasts seem to descend on. There's a lot of mystery and the environment is like that out here. It's kind of bleak but wonderful.
One of the wonderful things about shooting in Derby was obviously the access to the locations. Nothing was a set build, everything was real, and I think that you can really taste the Pindan when you look at the dailies and when you watch the show. It really does feel like we're in the middle of nowhere, and we were.
When you distill it down to its parts, it's a super contained world that they live in.
We kind of actually just fell in love with this little intersection right here. Being able to find somewhere where you've got this incredible building behind us, the Woolshed, and all these places around here that worked for practical eye lines is just a godsend for a director, because we basically have our own studio here. Like, characters can walk out of buildings and look across the road and the geography lines up for where we are.
Derby is also an unlikely town for the film industry, and what was really fabulous is that Derby is unseen on screen.
Derby it's a really special town. The people here are incredible. The town as a whole, as a sort of synergistic whole, is a character itself. It's like this moving, breathing organism. Viewing it and makes me acting it, you really do feel like this outsider. You feel like you're constantly looking over your shoulder because everything feels like it's looking at you. It's like a Western from a different planet.
I grew up in Queensland. I'm used to greenery, I'm used to subtropical sort of weather and things, but coming here and having as vast as a landscape as that we're on right now, just being able to sit there for a second in the afternoon and appreciate where you are is something that I haven't been doing for a while until I got here. And there's so much that can be shot here. There's so much that can be done here, so many stories that can be told here.
We're here for the environment and we're here for God's country and the big skies. So whenever possible, we're here for the exteriors and being on country.
The light is extraordinary. The skies go forever. It's such a beautiful place.
The location, the red roads, the blue sky, the small town, it all just looks amazing on screen.
If you aren't enamored by its beauty in the first place, absolutely you will be by the time you finish your stay here.
It's a world of its own, and I really feel like seeing that on screen is a first for Australia.